All right, I think we're doing it live. Are we live yet? Looks like we are. We are live. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to Take the Initiative. We got the League Top Cut going. I'm going to get the word out about the stream, but I'm really excited for this matchup today. So the matchup today we have is DestinyRiku and Xctu. DestinyRiku is on Luke, and Xctu, who you might know as the guy that won the Florida 5K with Vader, is on Han, or not Han, Boba Blue. Let's see. I'm going to need to go here. Turn this off. All right. Let me see if I can get hand knowledge. So I'm really excited to see this Boba Blue deck in action. It seems really interesting in theory, and I also think this Luke deck is really interesting. So let's see. Xctu hasn't given me the go ahead, but he's not objecting. All right, there we go. So we are going to be able to see their hands. I'm really excited. Before we get started, I'll show you the deck list we have. So this is Xctu's deck list. It's really interesting. He's got 3 Vigilance. He's got 2 Avenger, 2 Super Laser Blast. It seems like he's basically playing a control deck that's similar to the Vader one, but with yellow stuff. And he's got Boba to maybe be a bit more aggressive. And he's on main deck restock. We'll see if that ends up coming up. I don't know if it will. This is DestinyRiku's deck, and he's got a lot of really, really interesting tech cards. But it's Luke. He's on main deck Sparker Rebellion with another one out in the sideboard that is off aspect. He's on Reinforcement Walkers and Lukes like you would expect. 2 Redemption, 1 Home 1. That's interesting. I think usually you don't see. Usually people running more Home 1s, less Redemptions, but interesting. We'll see how it goes. He's got a bunch of spicy 1-0s, Escort Skiff, Homestead Militia. So let's see. Are we? Are we getting started? Let's see. I'm just gonna set up my camera angles. So and do that. Yep, it works. Perfect. All right. So I'm not sure who's favored so far. I think both these players have a real good chance of winning if things go their way. Interestingly, they're both running 30 health bases, which is something that for a while people were all about the 25s, but we've seen a resurgence of people going back to the 30s. So Inferno 4 is a solid open here for Xctu. R2, who presumably is going to get a shield from Luke, is also pretty solid from Riku. Riku also has a Luke's lightsaber that he can give to the R2 if he really wants. But this Power of the Dark Side is going to be concerned if that happens, because it'll be big hit. Matter of fact, he might just fire it off. Yep, he does. He does miss the Boba trigger there, but he doesn't have anything to do with it. So, Battlefield Marine comes down. He was thinking about the regional governor, but I don't know what you would call Super Laser Blast or Avenger, maybe. But you don't need to do that yet. So we are going into another round here. Search Your Feelings is really interesting here. It is on 4, and he doesn't really have like a better play. His only other play is like Waylay, but that's not amazing. Riku has a couple options here. He can go like Echo Based Defender, give it a shield. He can go like Regional Governor plus Luke's Lightsaber, which could be insane. He could also just play this Forces with me to turn the Marine into an absolute powerhouse. But there's so many things that would deal with that, so I don't know if he's gonna take that option. Xctu just playing it carefully. And 3 resources. Oh, taking it back. Just decides to hit with the Marine first. Interesting. If you do play the Search Your Feelings, I wonder what you get. So there's an Echo Based Defender. Like, Destiny he's starting to get a board filled with stuff that is not easy to out. But like through shields. So I think he's seriously considering playing this Waylay on the Echo Based Defender, or maybe on the Marine. Yeah, he goes for the Waylay on the Defender. Yeah. That would have been really hard to beat if it had a shield. Mining Guild TIE Fighter. Now that, okay, he's resourcing it, but that's another like really interesting card that you get to play in yellow, which is like a pretty good reason to go yellow in the control decks. But we're not going to see it today, at least not yet. The Waylay there, like, Waylay is sort of a card that is not traditionally played in control decks. It's seen as like more of a mid-range or aggro card, because it is like a minus in terms of card advantage, and it really only benefits you in terms of tempo. But like, sometimes that can matter even for control decks, because normally with control, what you want to be doing is getting rid of their options forever. But just being able to keep this unit is like another thing that eventually the control deck is going to have to deal with again. And sometimes like it, you really do benefit from slowing down the game until you can play like a Super Laser Blast and Avenger and stuff. But so Xctu only has like 2 plays this turn, and that's Search Your Feelings and Takedown. And I guess they're just trading blows there. Based on like what Xctu has done so far, I would expect him to wait and try and play this takedown on something. But I don't know if Destiny's going to give him a chance. He goes for a Regional Governor. Bosk. That's interesting. He did, interestingly enough, leave an S out of it, so. And, oh, Boba's coming down. That's interesting. Very, very interesting to see. I sort of expected him to wait for the Boba until after the Super Laser Blast, but maybe it does make more sense to play him and start dealing with threats. And he goes for the takedown on the Defender. Just takes out that Governor there while he can. Nothing to spend the extra resources on. Fire Spray. That's big. He can actually start making a push, kind of. Resources to search your feelings. Guess he figures he's just not going to. Ooh, it changes his mind. Oh, changes his mind again. Yep. I'd probably go search your feelings there. Vanquish is like one of the best outs to the Luke unit. The 7 cost one. So I get you want to keep it for that. This is the turn that Luke can come out for DestinyRiku, and he's gonna come out straight away, and there's no easy way to out him. And even if you attack him, like there's a Luke saber in hand, and it looks like he's just going base with Boba. Maybe he's trying to win the race. And Luke's lightsaber coming down, making that Luke now like a big threat. 2 more damage incoming from the Inferno 4. Let's see. DestinyRiku is a forces with me, which can make either one of these units just massive. He's considering. So yeah, the Luke here just outs the Boba. Interestingly enough. Let's see. Is Xctu? Yeah, he's just gonna deploy the fire spray. Battlefield Marine swinging for 5. There. So, I mean, you really need the Super Laser Blast to be online right now if you're Xctu, and it's not. Ooh, and he draws the second one. This is a rough spot for Xctu. He's now taking 7 from the Luke plus 3 from each of these guys. That's 13 damage. Like he can survive this round, but and get to Super Laser next round, but he's gonna take a lot of damage in the process. And here comes the U-wing reinforcement. There's also a second one in hand. He sees a Luke unit, but he might choose not to play it. Bright Hope here would go pretty hard against this fire spray. But you also, if you're Riku, you have to be worried about the Super Laser Blast next turn, so you don't necessarily want to play like too many things. But I think, yeah, going for this play is solid. So I mean, yeah, he's going to be now at like 26, maybe 24 if he plays this make an opening. Oh, he's just fire spraying to tap that down. I forgot that was a thing you could do. So it's gonna be at 23, which is actually like sort of survivable, but he is then going to be facing down like a. Ooh, and he lost the initiative. That's okay. So he's gonna save himself with the make it opening. Try to hit over the Bright Hope, which he can do. But now, I mean, he's gonna take another hit from Luke. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. That's actually game. And DestinyRiku takes down game 1. I think that was probably a misplay by Xctu to not claim there, try to kill the Bright Hope, which he was going to kill anyway with Super Laser Blast. And DestinyRiku up a game over one of the big names in Unlimited right now, Xctu. So between games, let's take a look at these lists again. I mean, check out their sideboards. DestinyRiku, he has more things for this matchup in the board. He's got Vanquish, Redemption, Home 1. Power of the Dark Side might come in. It might be good in this matchup. I imagine the Third Spark Rebellion is going to come in. It's going to be key to get rid of those control cards. Strike True. I don't know what that's doing in there, but I don't think it's going to come in this match. So yeah, and then in Xctu's board, he has the third Super Laser Blast, third Avenger. I don't know. I think you bring those in probably. He also has his own off aspect Spark Rebellions, which may come down. They could be helpful in this matchup. He's got Devotion in there, which I don't think is going to come in, but it's interesting. So let's see. We were talking about the Mining Guild tie earlier. I really want to see that one come down this game. I want to see how that works. We also didn't get to see a Vigilance get resolved, which would have been big. I think he had one at one point and resourced it. Yeah, this blue Boba deck is. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. It looks really interesting, but it seemed like he was deploying his Boba aggressively earlier to try and like stave off some of the threats. But I think his game plan of going Super Laser Blast into Avenger in the late game is still the same as it was like for the Vader deck. And I think they might be getting ready to get going again. Just making sure the last few things are in order. So I can get a link to the bracket setup. All right. Well, never mind. I'll do that later. They're getting started with game 2. DestinyRiku has a resupply. That's big in this matchup. If you can ramp into the control deck, like that can be good. Oh, he shows the Bright Hope. Regional Governor as the turn 1 play is not like the most ideal. But it could come up. I don't know what you would call. Like maybe you just call Super Laser Blast, hope it sticks around forever. Maybe he called Bosk last game. He might do that again. So nice. 7th Fleet Defender getting resourced. Xctu opens with the Greedo and Regional Governor calling Power of the Dark Side. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. Double Inferno 4. And Xctu just attacking base with that Greedo. Resupply coming down here from DestinyRiku. Inferno 4. Going down. Okay, he's got to resolve that Inferno 4. But the Regional Governor is going to attack into the Greedo. I mean, knowing that, he can stack his deck. If one of those is an event, he can leave it on top. But okay, it looks like he put both of them on the bottom. We'll see if Greedo hits. And it does not hit. So the Regional Governor is going to get a good trade there. Let's see, make an opening, you can deal with it, but it's sort of like it's not a super high value. Make an opening. We got 30 viewers here. Welcome all to the stream. Xctu is gonna go with the make an opening. He does get the resource back with Boba, but not much to do with that. So that does put his Power of the Dark Side back online. Bright Hope with a shield is a solid play here. It can get eaten by Power of the Dark Side next turn, but there are worse things that can be Power of the Dark Side. Entrenched here is interesting. It looks like he resources the Entrenched. I don't know how I feel about that. I was sort of thinking that he might go like Dark Side and then Entrench Luke when he comes out this turn. But I guess he isn't going to take that line. He can go for Bosk this turn if he wants. Let's see. I mean, Bosk hitting over the lieutenant. There's. I mean, that's pretty good Bosk. He can also go if he attacks with Boba, he can get to Power of the Dark Side, enough resources for Power of the Dark Side. So, and that's a really good play if you can pull that off. So yeah, it looks like he'll attack into the defender, and you're fine doing that, I think. So he gets to ready 2 resources. We'll see what like Destiny does with this Luke. If he goes base or if he tries to take out one of those units. He can take out either one. Yeah. Xctu is looking, I think he's in a better position than he was last game. Like he's ahead in card advantage right now, and he's only taken like a little bit of damage to the base. So as we get closer and closer to that Super Laser Blast turn where the game can be sort of reset. Okay, and it looks like Destiny decides to take out Bosk, and Power of the Dark Side comes down. I don't know who you choose here. Like there are upsides and downsides to either. I might just choose Luke. Like he's probably gonna die next round anyway. Like having a Bright Hope with 2 shields is really good protection against Fire Spray. But at the same time, like Luke is your leader, and if he draws like a Luke's lightsaber next round, that would be insane. That would be an incredible top deck, and it looks like he defeats the Bright Hope. Interesting. Takes the initiative. We'll see if he can get the top deck lightsaber. He does not. In fact, pulling pretty bad cards in this situation. Resourcing the confiscate. It's in there for entrenched, but no entrenched. And it looks like he's just going to trade leaders. And Xctu is actually ahead in the damage race at this point. And Riku's plays this turn are not going to be amazing. It's, like Alliance Dispatcher and Regional Governor. And the Regional Governor, what's it going to call? Fet's Fire Spray. Interesting. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like on 6. Goes for the Searcher Feelings. That's 4 cost, right? Yeah, okay. Once he grabs a card, if he doesn't fix that all. So, ooh, he gets the Bounty Hunter crew. Interesting. That's very interesting pickup. Resupply, Luke's Lightsaber, and the Redemption. Redemption can come down this turn, and that could be big. Just attacking the Inferno 4 there. And so there's Dispatcher into the Redemption, and that means that Luke can now give this Redemption a shield. Yeah, it looks like, how much was that? 6 damage? Yep, that's enough to survive an attack from the Inferno 4. Very interesting. Is that a pass? Ooh, takes initiative. I think he's just setting up for Super Laser Blast. And there's a second Bounty Hunter crew. I'm thinking Bounty Hunter crew is basically there to recur Super Laser Blast, maybe like other things like Power of the Dark Side also. But yep. So there's a Super Laser Blast, first one of the evening, and it looks like 1 keeper for the Inferno 4. And it looks like Riku did bring in the Strike Truce. His Man, his like board state right now is just he can't get like the big things that he needs. And Xctu is going to drop an Avenger next round. Puts the lightsaber on R2. And the Avenger is just going to make quick work of that. And Riku has like System Patrol Craft, which can hold off like some of the damage from it, but it's going to be difficult to deal with this. Vigilance, that's a big one. DestinyRiku did have a one of Power of the Dark Side in his sideboard, so we'll see. Oh, and yeah, he's just gonna scoop to the Power of the Dark Side there, and we are going to game 3, folks. This Boba blue deck is hanging it with Luke. Let's see. I'm gonna get the bracket. This is last season's bracket. I'm fixing it. And there we go. All right. So here we have the bracket. I believe this is correct. I don't think anyone's played any of these other matches have been played yet. So we had in the top cat we had 3 Boba decks. No, 4 Boba decks. 3 Boba green decks and this blue one. We had 3 Sabines, 2 red or 2 green, 1 yellow. And we had 3 Han greens, and then we had a bunch of one-ofs, including this Luke deck, this Boba blue deck, Palp red, Krennic green, Thrawn blue, Chirrut red, and Tarkin green. So lots of interesting stuff being played this season. People are cheering up to, or showing up to cheer for DestinyRiku here. And it looks like they are going back in their sideboards between games. We'll see if I wonder what they're thinking about there. But it looks like they are going to go ahead with game 3 here. And DestinyRiku drew the Alliance Dispatcher, which is like the signature play of this Luke deck. But Power of the Dark Side can just... Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic. Power of the Dark Side can, like, answer that, unfortunately. Or even just make an opening here. And you can save your Power of the Dark Side. And, yep, he just goes to the make an opening. Xctu takes initiative. Restore Dark gets the shield. 2nd Vigilance. And the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. Mining Guild, normally like a decent option for this deck to get more card advantage, but in the face of this, Restore Dark is not looking as good. And just going for the Power of the Dark Side. No nonsense. And then Echo's Defender with the shield. Rhaegar's been perfecting the stick a while, and Blue Boba is a cool deck too. Yeah, these are both really interesting decks, and I'm glad I could cast this match between them because it's just really interesting to see. But yeah, DestinyRiku has been playing this. I believe he played it to a solid finish at the some event in Kansas City over the weekend. So, yeah. And Boba was not deployed last turn, even though Xctu was on 5 resources. I think that just means, to me, that's a signal that his control game is going exactly as planned. taking 0 damage, not letting a single unit through. That's what Control's all about. Spark Rebellion coming down, and those are all really good cards that you want to get rid of. Taking the Bosk. Interesting. Basically conceding that Super Laser Blast is going to happen, and that Luke is going to get entrenched, most likely. He does have the Confiscate for the Entrenched, so it makes sense that he's not worried about that. But leaving Super Laser Blast is risky. And Luke is deployed, and the Entrenched comes down. And Confi. Boom. That's what the Confi is for, and the Luke is going to get in the first damage of the game. But on 7 resources, is it too late? And Xctu keeps both Super Laser Blasts. Interesting. You prefer to just play after an SLB? Yeah, I think you do. I think he's been deploying it earlier in previous games, and I think that's because like his Control game plan hasn't been like as successful as he wants it to be. But this game it's been going perfectly. So the Ewing reinforcement coming down, regional governor presumably calling Super Laser Blast, which is like actually very significant here. And he's just jumping straight to that, and then he's gonna go Fleet Lieutenant, hit for 6, and play Battlefield Marine also. Yep. And can he give it to any unit? Yes, any unit. It's his other side that is heroes only. Did he say in chat that the governor was? Yeah, Super Laser Blast. I think we knew what it was going to be. Yep. So I mean, this is big. Like the governor with the shield is hard to deal with. It's just 1 HP too much to be killed by Vigilance. Just the Bosk there was actually really important. Yeah, I think you might be right. So yeah, deploying the Boba here, I think ahead of probably where he wanted it to be. And it looks like he's gonna hit Luke and then just Vigilance Luke. Toss the boss so his governor can be picked off. Yeah. Yeah. I mean the boss was risky because he couldn't know that he was gonna get regional governor. But I mean he did know there was a decent likelihood of it. So makes a lot of sense. And so yeah, the vigilance came down there to deal with the Luke. Let's see. Bounty Hunter crew here could be solid. Pick up something needed from the discard. He could also he can use it to knock off the shield here, or he can use it to kill one of the units. And ooh, looks like he takes a kill on the unit, not going for the kill on the governor. So I mean, when the home one comes down like that, oh okay, he takes the takedown, which yeah, okay, yeah. So once he attacks with the Boba, he can use the takedown to kill the region owner. That line actually makes a lot of sense. Probably more than the one I was thinking of just knock the shield off. And so, yep, takedown goes down. Ooh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking he can win this without Super Laser Blast. Okay. All right, and he gets something else that can also answer the governor if he feels like he needs to. But this home one is going to be really hard to answer without Super Laser Blast. Not impossible, but difficult. And here it comes. Home one. He's got Battlefield Marine, Fleet Lieutenant. He can pull. He actually has enough resources to pull Cannon if he wants. But he goes for the Defender instead. No, yeah, Boba had a shield. From the Vigilance. Let's see. 6 resources. Looks like Vigilance to me. He's seriously thinking about like shield versus heal probably, and I'm probably going heal at this point. He uses extra resources to shield here. Yeah, that does matter. So Boba can just like hit face and then generate enough resources to play something that kills the governor. It looks like he's not going for that though. He's just so DestinyRiku instead goes for the Alliance Dispatcher instead of putting the shield in the home one. You can still kill the ground stuff and play Fire of the Dark Side. Yeah. I think the Dispatcher here is probably like basically Power of the Dark Side protection. And goes for the the takedown onto the little guy, the Dispatcher. So Super Laser Blast is back online, folks, with the disappearance of that regional governor. And R2 coming in, I think again basically Power of the Dark Side protection. I think there's a good chance you see the Super Laser fired off now. Maybe I don't know. Like, yeah, okay, he's gonna go for the R2 kill. Try and set up the Power of the Dark Side. Save the Super Laser Blast. There's good reasoning behind that. But it's risky. Like taking the 7 damage is hard, even if you do get to remove it. Alright, he does get the Power of the Dark Side. Now Destiny's feeling a bit bad for not playing the Bright Hope there. Search your feelings. I imagine it's going to be Avenger. Yep, it is Avenger. And I think like Xctu can start like to take over the game with that Avenger. And DestinyRiku keeps drawing weenies. He needs to be like getting his bigger stuff. Fleet Lieutenant there pushes more damage, but like let's see, okay. So Xctu can play yeah, so it looks like he's going for the kill on the Fleet Lieutenant there, so he can guarantee get the Avenger kill. Well, it's not guaranteed, but he can go for the Avenger kill on Bright Hope, and it looks like, yep, he's just gonna Super Laser Blast and then play the Avenger later. I think that's smart. Riku, man, Riku, his luck is just not amazing. So he gets the Alliance Dispatcher, which is pretty much Avenger bait. And it does bait the Avenger. Like theoretically, like if it had stayed around, like Destiny could have used like Bright Hope to bounce up. But see, so DestinyRiku does have Vanquish for the Avenger, which is good. He needs that. And he picks up a Ewing reinforcement here. That's, I mean, that if he's gonna get back in this game, like that's, he needs something big off that. And let's see what he gets. All right, he gets a Luke unit. That's big. It is sort of risky to play it into the stack that's running Avengers and Power of the Dark Sides, but he doesn't have one in hand. He does have a Vanquish though, which can kill it. And I'm not seeing like many better options. Like maybe you have the option of going like Governor plus Bright Hope or Battlefield Marine plus Bright Hope. It looks like he's just gonna go with the Luke though, and you see the second one in there, which is not like, you don't want to see that. You want to be drawing that one. Yeah. Search Your Feelings coming down. Is that going to be probably just another Avenger? I'm guessing. Yep, it indeed is. And I like, you have to get that Luke off the board, because if there's any kind of pump, and like especially after game one, like you've gotta kill that thing. And he did indeed have the forces with me in hand, which would have been game if that Luke stuck around. Like the Bright Hope Governor play like is really interesting. To go like Governor, probably calling Avenger, and then like you get Bright Hope. All right, Spark Rebellion here. I imagine it's got to be Avenger. It is indeed Avenger. Fire Spray here is another big threat. Bounty Hunter crew can threaten to get stuff back. But the Fire Spray is an immediate damage threat. And it comes down, and there's the Bright Hope, which is a great way to deal with that. Xctu does have the Waylay, but it really is only like delaying the issue. He plays the Waylay. It manages to stick his first damage of the game. Mining Guild High is very interesting here. Second Fire Spray. This is very interesting. Bright Hope can just come back down. So, I mean, yeah, basically the Waylay there is, I mean, it's like a decent tempo play, but it's not like, it's not dealing with the Bright Hope forever. And there's another Ewing. What'll it be this time? He does have another Luke. His other play was like Kanan plus R2. There's a lot of events in there. So I think it makes sense to go for the Luke. There's no easy out to it in Xctu's hands. Bounty Hunter crew, like he can like play Bounty Hunter crew and get something that can deal with that. Like either Vanquish, Power of the Dark Side. Like Power of the Dark Side actually looks really good here into this board. So I mean that will deal with the Luke. BHC the Waylay back in. Yeah, I mean I wouldn't even like, it's, I mean he would be taking a risk by going for Power of the Dark Side. But so I think, yeah, I think you definitely like 5. Let's see. All right. So I thought I saw him do it. Okay. All right. Mining guild tie. And so, yeah, okay. So Riku takes the initiative, which gives license to play Bounty Hunter Crew plus Power of the Dark Side. And yeah, good play by Xctu to slow roll it. And I think they're in voice, so he's probably saying in voice he's describing Power of the Dark Side, because that is the result of the play. Oh shit. What? Oh, they just did like an undo. Okay. So Bounty Crew comes down. So yeah, I mean basically, so the reason he slow rolled there, for those that aren't getting it, is he was trying to play around DestinyRiku having another unit that he could play down instead of, like, to basically block Power of the Dark Side. And he had to basically take a bunch of slow actions to determine that that was not the case, which it indeed was not. Bright Hope coming down. DestinyRiku is just like, he's just trying to stay in it, and trying to get some kind of thing. If he can ever stick a Luke and have initiative, then he can win off forces with me. But that's not an easy task. I mean, with this hand, he actually could do it. So yeah, it goes in with the Luke, kills the the mining guild tie. Xctu has to claim here. He doesn't. He may not realize it, but he has to claim, or he loses to forces with me. He has to claim and try to draw it out to that Luke. And oh no, I don't think he sees it. He's making a proactive. Or oh wait, he can go Bosk and Bounty Hunter Crew and kill it. Never mind. Okay, so he's gonna be safe. Or wait, no, Luke can get a shield here. Oh wait, no, he can't. He spent all his resources. So okay, so Xctu is safe. And I think, is that the third Luke? Yeah. All right. I believe that is the third Luke out of Riku. It's, I mean, let's see. Forces with me. So that just gives it, he doesn't get the shield because he's not a force unit, I believe. But he still can push the 4. If he didn't play Bright Hope, he could shield. But doesn't know his opponent stand. Yeah. Okay, like, Battlefield Marine is like, it threatens lethal. But but there are any number of ways to out it. Regional Governor coming down. Love this game, Grew, and yeah, entrenched or no good bad. He has to play one of those, or otherwise he loses. Vigilance is the call. I think that's a good call. A top deck forces with me could win the game for Riku. Gotta go regional here in Shield. Yeah. So this is tough. Xctu waiting, like he doesn't have to claim, like he can play something else. I think he's deciding like which thing he wants to play, or if he wants to play Sound Fleet Defender first. Depends on like how many other things you're playing around. I think you go Sound Fleet Defender first. I don't think that hurts you really. So I gotta check like cards in deck. 12 for Xctu, 10 for DestinyRiku. This could come down to a mill situation. It's not impossible. I don't believe DestinyRiku is on Vigilances. So that does put him at a disadvantage there. And the regional governor is, prohibiting vigilance here. Destiny's playing as good as he can. He was relying on top decks. Yep. I mean, like, and they're both relying on top decks here. Like, Xctu has had to draw outs to things like several rounds in a row now. And they are going into a new round. Didn't get the what's it called? Let's say Forces with me. But he gets Luke's lightsaber, which is gonna draw out one of these no get to me duds. Avenger is gonna come down for Xctu after, but it's probably gonna be met with Vanquish. Or maybe is he just playing the Vanquish now? On the Fire Spray? Yep. If you pull it first the news over, yep. So yeah, goes for the Avenger there, takes out the Marine. We're going into a new round. Oh, he drew the Forces with me. Oh, it was the third card. Oh, you've got to be mad about that. I think this is over. Like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, if that's enough to get lethal this turn, he has nothing to do to stop it. And it was if he had drawn one extra card. Wow. What a game. Just one card short of getting what he needed to win. Congratulations to Xctu for taking it down. Really interesting Boba blue deck, gotta say. And congratulations to DestinyRiku for making him work for it. Wow. Now that is Star Wars Unlimited for you. Let's take a look at the bracket. Let me update it here. Xctu did get the win over DestinyRiku, which means he'll be moving on to face another control deck in the top 8. Palpatine, red, piloted by Dylan. Great showing from both these players. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Always remember to take the